All right, ladies and gentlemen, today I have a very, very interesting guest on. He goes by the name of Raji Oraman, and I would describe him as a spiritual leader, a spiritual teacher, and somebody who has a lot of knowledge and wisdom to give. Um, so I'll let him introduce himself now. Raji, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much, brother Frank. Thank you.
No stress, no
Thank you.
stress. I guess my first question is considering that I followed you from I actually discovered you through Martin Kenny, so through Pioneer. And I came across your work and I was pretty interested because a lot of the stuff you say is, really, I know it resonates with me. So I guess my first question to you is, how did you start your spiritual journey? When did you start this awakening, and how's it going continuing to today's day?
Yeah, thank you for that, Frank. Yeah, well, how did it start? Good question. I was in the matrix.
Mm,
I was drinking alcohol, taking drugs. I was eating meat every day and eating very unhealthy. I was not aware of anything of what I am aware of now.
yeah.
But I don't know what happened. I just needed some change and started to do a little bit meditation. And after 2 months of
And what, sorry,
practice,
before you go, what around what time period was this? Was this
five,
recent?
6 years ago.
Okay, so around 2013, 2014.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Yeah,
it was around that
yeah,
2013. Yeah. And then, like I had this dream that poof, that changed everything.
yeah,
It was this light that took over my body, and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I felt I died in the dream.
yeah,
So when I woke up in that dream, I felt um like everything changed. I felt I had new information in my mind of where I should do and decisions I need to do in my life. So I sold the things I had and quit my job and traveled the world. I went to Thailand and Cambodia.
yeah.
I lived in Spain for a couple of years. So, off the system and just, yeah, on that path. And
Beautiful.
then on my journey, I was like trying to find out what actually happened to me
Mm,
during this dream. So it was a search for that. And now I can explain it. Very, very simple what
okay.
that actually was. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to go and explain it really quick, or is that it? The dream?
Yeah, we can explain it. Like I'm talking a little bit about the dimensions. So
Yep.
if you look at, for example, my necklace here, you have a pyramid.
I see. And then you have like
And what it
the
actually stands for is 369. So you have the 3, 6, and then the 9 on the top.
yep.
And then you have the space in between. So that's also showing you the different dimensions.
Okay.
And 9 being the most high.
Yep.
So because I died, I went into the 9 dimension. That is when your soul leaves the body and
Yep.
goes into this realm where it's full love, full bliss, full truth. That's the 9 dimension. That
Yeah.
is when you become one
Yeah.
with
So
everything.
for people that don't know, because there will be a lot of people that aren't really quite secure in that, understanding of higher dimensions or something like this. What's like your
Yeah,
best way of explaining even like the fourth, fifth, sixth? Like how would you go about explaining that in the best way for somebody who doesn't really know?
very, very easy.
Okay.
Now, when we are in the phone, we are connecting to the two-dimensional world.
Yes,
Do we agree upon that?
we agree. Well, I think, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So when I look at my phone, I'm in 2D.
yes,
When I look out from my phone, I'm in 3D. So now I
sure.
look here, I'm in the 3D world.
Yeah, it's because it's height, width, and depth, correct? Whereas when you're on your
Yes,
phone, it's only length and width.
yes.
Yes. And then the fourth dimension on top of that would be adding time, correct?
The fourth dimension is when you zoom out from yourself and look at yourself from above and see that you are one dot.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
expanding consciousness.
Okay.
When
Okay.
you zoom out more, then you see that it's not only you, it's
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
And then you see that you are the light of the world, but you need to have the right perception.
Got you.
That's why you and me, we we connect with the things that Martin Kenny talks about, because it gives another view on the fourth dimension.
Got you. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He gives you another view of how it
Yeah.
is when you look from above.
Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, it is very magnetic when I've been like I think I first saw Martin, I first heard one of his podcasts, maybe a year and a half ago. It was right as he was making all the Great Reset stuff, and it resonated instantly. And me and one of my friends who I used to work with at the time, just instantly kind of fell in love with the whole concept. And you just like have this feeling that this is where you need to go, right? In terms of that, are you on a similar path? For those of you that don't know, Martin and the Pineal Foundation are creating what would you call it, like an off the grid living situation.
Community.
Beautiful. That's a better way to put it.
Yes.
Am I correct in assuming that you're doing the same thing in Ibiza currently?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
So what we are doing right now in Ibiza is to gather everyone and talk a little bit about the future.
Okay. In what aspects?
So, for example, in the future, very, very soon, we're going to see new central points being merged, where the light beings are contracting to a single point. And one of those points is going to be Ibiza, especially in Europe.
Okay.
So you're going to be like Woodstock 68 and 69. Everybody who are awakened and seeing these things about the vaccines and the matrix and all that, they're going to all come to Ibiza.
Okay.
And there's going to be huge gatherings about freedom, about we are free, about all that. And
sovereignty.
Then they're going to introduce new sovereignty, introducing new technologies, spacecraft levitations, free energy, 0-point gravity, blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to merge. We're going to create an application that is going to function as the new operation system for everything you do. So when you buy and sell things, everything is going to be in that app.
Okay, beautiful. So before we start on the app, I really want to hear about the app, but before, I have this understanding about the culmination of the Great Reset, if you want to put it like that, correct? I've seen one of Martin's presentations where he kind of talks about the two diverging paths as two sine waves, right? And over periods of hundreds or so years, they kind of do this, and I think
merge.
Yeah, of course. And on the 21st of December, that point was an intersection, correct? That was when we switched over correct. So from this point onwards, we're beginning to diverge over what is the cycle, like 300-year microcycle or something like that?
360.
Beautiful. My understanding of it was that the nature and the technology were diverging, but you're saying you think, or you have this sustained idea that it won't be like that. The nature will be with the technology. So I'm very interested to hear this.
Yes. So you are saying one is going that way, one is going the other way, but we are going in the middle.
Okay. Beautiful.
So what does that? That's the Atlantean codes.
I got you. Yeah, and I want to hear about that as well.
Yes. So the Atlantean codes are bringing in the technology in harmony with nature.
Beautiful.
But that can only happen with the Atlantean. You are Atlantean like me.
Yeah.
Your ancestors, they come from India, Middle East, North or East Africa.
Okay.
That's why the title in this realm, because this is the Atlantean realm, the 4D realm, the title of the king of kings, can only go to the Atlantean. So look at the Shah of Iran. His title, King of Kings. Look at Haile Selassie, King of Ethiopia, Atlantean. His name was, he had a title, King of Kings.
Yes.
And these are the three kings of that came to Jesus. So you have one King Caspar, King of India.
Yep.
King Melchior, King of Persia. King Balthasar, King of Arabia and Ethiopia. Yep. And Jesus was the fourth king. He was the king of the Jews. So there is tell you the story about the Atlantean kings. The 10 kings of Poseidon, the X-Men, or the 10 sons of Saba in the Quran. It's written, the 10 sons of Saba. Saba and Poseidon are the same thing.
Okay, the same entity.
Yes, the X-Men.
The X-Men. So you're saying that potentially, I don't want to use the word potentially. You're saying that in projection, in looking into the future, you can see people with what we would call now as supernatural or super abilities.
Yes, but we already have that,
For
because if
sure,
we want
for
to
sure.
see how the evolvement of these supernatural abilities is going to be, we can look at Judaism, Christianity, and Islam.
Beautiful.
So in Judaism, you have Moses
Yep.
dividing the Dead Sea, a lot of magic. You know, you need to be a strong magician to divide that sea.
Yeah,
Jesus, not as magical, but he could transmute the water into wine.
I
He could
see.
bring in the ether and create things with it.
I see.
And then you have Muhammad, Islam. He was not as Jesus, but he could do what? He could connect with the source and speak.
Okay. So you had more of
So
like
you're
a,
going to see the same thing, but in reverse, in all the ways. So the beginning is going to be what? Well, the speakers. You're
yeah,
going to have a lot of speakers who can connect and speak
got you.
about things that, yeah.
Yeah,
And then after that, you're going to see Jesus. They're going to
yeah.
transmute water into wine. They're going to be able to make fire with their hands.
Okay.
And after that, we're going to see those who can move mountains.
Okay, this makes me think, and that's pretty epic. Honestly, that excites me a lot. This makes me think about ancient Egypt, right? And how they had sort of sorcerers that would kind of mimic this kind of power in order to look like they could do that, but they actually couldn't. Do you see that in this day and age? And what is that manifesting itself as right now?
Those are the ones who can connect with the dimension of 7 or maybe 8,
Okay,
but not 9.
not 9. Okay.
Not 9, not the most high.
Okay. And what do you think differentiates that ability? Is that something that you're born with? Is that this is just like speculation? Obviously, I know like this is just a bit of like a brainstorm, you know? We're thinking.
That comes when you're realizing that you are here to serve the most high.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. So like you're connected to a higher purpose, would you say?
Yes,
The realization of that.
when you start to say that you are the most high, you're cutting away from your creator. So
Okay.
you're rebelling against it. A little
Okay.
bit like this. I want to explain this.
Yeah.
Human beings are able to create robots. And in the future, the robots are going to be very similar to human beings. You're going to be very difficult to see the difference.
Yeah.
The better we evolve the robots.
Like that movie.
And
Have you seen that movie Ex Machina?
No, I haven't.
For people you're watching, it's a bit like that. But yeah, continue.
Okay. So the robot needs to have a program that there is a difference between the humans, we who create the robots, and them. For example, if they go into a scenario where they need to save a human life or themselves, they need to choose the human life.
Okay.
Because they are created to serve the humans.
Yeah. So this reminds me of angels.
Well,
because
there is a difference.
There's a difference?
Yes, there is a
Okay.
difference.
Okay, go.
Because angels are 6-dimensional beings.
Okay.
Robots are 2-dimensional beings.
Okay. Is that in consciousness?
That is in consciousness, and that is also that we are able to create what? What are we able to create? We are able to create robots.
Yes. So we must be above them in consciousness, correct?
We must be above them in consciousness, and they need to know that we are there. They need to know that they are being created to serve the humans.
Yes.
But
We'll say this is like
say, no, I am a human. Once the robots say, no, I am a human, then it's going to start to rebel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I start to say I am God, I'm starting to rebel.
Okay. Okay, I get you.
And this is why we don't do that.
That's beautiful. Okay, I understand. Yeah, but that also reminds me of how God created angels who were so-called programs not to object to him, correct?
Yes.
So maybe that's just another representation or another representation of that on a higher dimension that's also being replicated throughout because of like the as above so below law, correct?
Yes. So angels are 6-dimensional beings.
Got it.
The difference between angels and 5D. So the 5D are genies or fairies.
Okay.
5D have choice. They can still do things that are not aligned with the Most High.
Okay.
Angel can't because they're always connected.
Interesting.
To the Most High.
Interesting. And what is that point of difference, do you reckon?
Well, that point of difference is that you can always trust an angel.
Yeah. Okay. Very, very cool. I like it. But yeah, that definitely is reminiscent to me. Like I'm always thinking of things that and how they connect to, higher and lower like examples. Like even when you watch like stuff in the mainstream media and you see connections, patterns, it's like so many like different things that all connect up. You just have to kind of like know what you're looking at before you see it. And like as I get older, I'm starting to see it a lot more and more. Is that something that you relate to?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Especially these past weeks,
Right.
I've been realizing more and more that we are really going into the ascension.
And
That
you're
I
talking
really
about
feel that
from 4D to 5D or from 3D to 4D right now?
from 3 to 4 right now
Yep.
in the body,
Yep.
but in the mind, it's different. So
Okay.
the mind always comes first, then it goes to the spirit, then it goes to the body.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely heard Martin talk about that and how the period from 2000 to 2033 was an 11-year cycle, 3 11-year cycles of change from the mind to the spirit to the body, which is very, very
Yes,
interesting.
yes, yes. And this is now we are going into it physical right now in the body.
Yeah.
That means that the ether light is coming in and changing our DNA, changing our codes, but organically.
Yeah.
But, the,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
only those who are in fear,
Yeah.
those who see
Yes.
the truth, they are not going to take it.
Yeah, for sure. This is true.
There's still a choice.
Yeah. So that's that. Honestly, most people who are watching this video will not understand what we're saying or we're talking about right now. But I think the main takeaway that is the most beneficial thing to as a take home message is that whether you get it, whether you don't get it, you're going to be okay. If you're drawn to getting it, if you feel like you need to, that's your path. If you feel like you don't need to, that's also your path. There's kind of a divide, especially where I am, because I'm in the middle of this big, like, oh my God, it's like a lot of coercion, a lot of, you know how it is.
Yes.
And I feel like if more people just understood this, even if they don't really resonate with what we're saying exactly, I feel like it'd be beneficial if more people understood that it is a thing of opting in or opting out, and either
Yes.
choice, you will be okay. You will continue. It's just where you're meant to be. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand this because obviously Matrix 3D stuff. But yeah.
Yes, but that's fine because what it is now we are talking about it and it's being recorded. We're going to upload it
Yep.
on YouTube, I think.
Yep.
And then what's going to happen is that in the future, people are going to say, hey, look at these guys. They talk about these things 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And now it's so clear.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Because if you go and look at my Instagram about things I said 4 or 5 years ago,
Yeah.
they make more sense now.
100,000%. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But
Yeah.
people were like, back then were like, hey, you're crazy. Nothing is gonna happen. I'm like, no, things are gonna happen globally, man. Things
Yeah.
are gonna crash and
Yeah.
everything is gonna be. And people are like, no. And now when it's happening, people are like, oh, he was right. But now when I'm talking about Eden, and when you talk about 2024,
Yep.
that is going to be the portal of the first voyages to Eden. So the first 5D people are going to go to Eden.
I see. And that is the arc, the first arc, right?
That is the first arc,
Oh my
exactly.
God. See?
But
Okay.
it's also the first arc to Lemurian realm, to
Okay.
Mars.
Yeah. 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 And
Those people are going out from the circle. Some are going out, some are going in, and some are going to stay.
wow. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. Because I've always been seeing this arc, right? There's all this motifs in mainstream media of arc, space travel, but it's not space travel in the way that people understand it right now. There's going to be a lot of updates and changes in thinking between now and 2024 to get people to the level where they actually understand what's happening there. Correct?
Space travel, but they're also traveling through time.
Right. In wormholes, correct?
Space. When you go to Lemuria, you're going in the past. You're going 2,000, 3,000 years from now.
Yeah, would I be correct in saying that humanity actually originated at one point on Mars? The people that are here today, some of them.
No, no, they originated from what we call Jupiter and Saturn, the realm of Jupiter and Saturn, the Hyperborean realm,
Okay.
where the Dogons come from.
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
look at the West and South Africans, the Dogons, they say it themselves.
Yeah.
We come from another realm through spaceships
Yeah.
because they come from the first realm that was created in the center. That's why
Wow.
everybody's saying we all come from Africa.
Yeah. 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 Beautiful. It's so crazy how they've made all those scientific discoveries all those years ago, and people are still sitting there scratching their heads. Yeah,
Well, they are saying the truth,
for
but
sure.
they are not showing you the right model.
Not the right model, you
When
think?
you have the right model, the 4D model, then
Okay.
everything starts to make sense.
Okay. And what do you exactly mean when you say 4D model?
Again, if you zoom out from yourself and look at yourself from above,
Yeah.
and zoom out and you think the world is a globe,
Yeah.
then you have an incorrect model of the 4D.
Okay, got you. I
You can't
understand.
tap into it because you don't know how it looks like from above. You don't
Yeah.
have the codes
Yeah.
because you're programming to think it's a globe and it's infinite. So you can't tap into that consciousness.
Yeah.
But when you realize we are in a system and the sky here, I'm just going to show you here.
Give us a look.
Let's see if it works. And the sky here is blue.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't see it, but there you see it.
Yeah, we got
The
it.
skies are, yeah.
Yep.
Then you realize that the blue is the water.
Yeah, the water's above, correct.
It's water above. Then you realize we are in a closed system.
Sure, exactly right. And you know how many movies and TV shows show this? It's crazy. Like I could name 5 off the top of my head that shows how we are all like. Have you seen Night at the Museum, for example?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Night at the Museum, like I've watched that recently for it's a trilogy. I watched all 3 of them in like one night because I was like, oh my god, like I can see what's going on here. And it's all
Yes.
about the guy with the flashlight, the guy who runs the place. They take over a new ownership. All the old guys are gone. They have to reset the owner, and the owner of the museum, also the security guard at night, he has to figure out what's going on and how to keep all these things in check to facilitate that reset. And it's funny how he goes and looks through these windows. It's almost like he's looking through time, through this through like what we call the dome, like the ice walls. Is that what you would call it?
Yes, the firmament.
The firmament, exactly. And he's talking to the Roman emperors. He's talking to the Wild Westerns. He's talking to Sacagawea. He's going through all these moments that we would perceive as time, but he perceives time as a physical dimension, correct? Whereas we perceive it as a higher thing, something that we can't physically control.
Okay, can we share something that is maybe above? Not everybody's gonna.
Yeah, that's right.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah. The governments, when we all know who are the governments. They are behind the scenes, or we know they are not running the game, the politicians and all that.
Yeah.
One who rules are actually beings on the higher dimension.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because their frequency is in a 3D level, they are not able to communicate with the government. They are not able to connect with the government. So they have no idea what the government is.
Okay.
When you tap into the 4D, you are able to connect with these individuals that are working for the government, who are the government. And then you will realize that they are not all evil.
Oh,
they
yeah.
are not all dark.
By no means. Yeah, I believe that.
And that is the enlightened ones, you call them, or the Illuminati. The program tells you all the Illuminati are evil, but there are always 2 sides of it.
Sure.
You have the light and you have the other side that is the evil. When
Dark,
I grew up in the ghetto, I grew up in the hood.
Oh, really?
Yes, I grew up in the hood, and there some people were not always nice. There were some people who were nice and some people who were not. In the same thing with the elite on the top. Now, some people are really nice, but some are not.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But
That's, I
when they
mean,
are
that's
not
just fulfilling the
knowledgeable,
archetype of like a Jesus character and say a Satan character, correct?
yes,
Yeah.
they are in every level, in every dimension until the nine.
And the ninth is unity, correct?
The nine, exactly. The nine is one, no more separation. In the eight, you have three fractals. That's the dragon. That's Lucifer becoming a 7D. He was an archangel,
Yep.
became a dragon,
Yep.
and fought the Most High, the nine. That's why he brought 3/3 of all the archangels with him. Because when you are in the eighth dimension, when you become a dragon, you're able to influence third of all the archangels.
Okay. Very interesting.
Like, for example, a 4D being is able to to um, to resonate with around 1 million 3Ds. So
Okay.
that is a king or a queen.
Okay. And what do you mean by resonate specifically?
Well, in the future, we're going to see a lot of speakers, a lot of people, instead of DJing, transmuting vibration through a machine, we're going to see 4D beings, quantum beings, going on stage and speak,
Yeah.
bringing the vibration through their voice.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm meant for, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're gonna do the same. That's what we are doing now, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
We're doing it in the 2D realm.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to ascend and you're going to do it in 3D. I'm doing it in the 3D now.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful.
So you're going to have a gathering with people, and then you're going to speak about these things, and they're going to resonate with you.
100%.
Eventually, there's going to be 1 million that is going to resonate with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when the 4D beings are going to have their own place, their own self-sufficient community. That is the castles, and that is the app. That is the game we're going to play. Like, let's say this.
Yeah.
For example, in Ibiza,
Yeah.
you're going to have a lot of these 4D beings. Everybody's going to have their own self-sufficient communities.
Okay.
And in this app, the tourist that comes, they're going to transfer their fiat currency into the crypto coin.
Yes.
And when they have the crypto coin, they can play the game. So the game is going to be, King Frank is having a speech tomorrow. I want to listen. So they're going to pay for the ticket. They're going to go and listen to your speech.
Yeah.
And you're going to do a retreat maybe, or some ceremonies or whatever in your place, and they're going to go on the map and see all these ceremonies and all these events that is created by King Frank. I want to go there.
Beautiful.
So the better you play the game, the more people that likes you. That is like a little bit like the free market. And then your self-sufficient community is going to grow tomatoes.
Okay.
My self-sufficient community is going to grow quinoa.
Okay.
So when you want to buy quinoa, you ask me on the app. You're like, Raji, I want to buy 500 kilos of quinoa.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, I want to get you 600 kilos of tomatoes.
Yeah.
So then we're going to do the trade.
Beautiful.
So everything integrated in the app.
Yeah. Interesting. And who is that under the responsibility of people like you who are creating these really early innovators of the self-sufficient cities, or is that something that will be shown? How does that process work?
Yes, so that is what they call the NWO, the New World Order.
Yep.
That is not going to be the inorganic New World Order that we call in Hades realm in the 3D.
Yep.
No, we are playing the 4D game now. So
yes.
We are playing the Atlantean game.
Yes.
So we are not going to play their game. We're going to play the native New World Order. That is also what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's us. And that is the Jedi Order.
Mm.
Like when people like, oh, Jedi Order, he's talking about Star Wars now?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, talking about my ancestors, the true Jedi, the Zoroastrian that comes from the West Iran.
Yeah. Well, even if we're talking in archetypal stories, oftentimes there is a lot more truth in something that would be perceived as fictional today than something that would be perceived as fact. For instance, the most ostensible example of all time is the Bible, right? In many instances, the Bible is fable. As well as having literal meanings, it's a whole. I think there's 7 ways you can interpret the Bible. I tried to find a screenshot. I heard Santos Bonacci talking about it. There's like you can understand it with gematria, with eschatology, and there's a couple more that I don't have with me right now. But for people who have that reaction to when Raji talks about the Jedi, a lot of the time it is easier to put a lot of truth in a small fictional story than a lot of truth in a large fact or like a large word for word recount of what's happening. So yeah, continue.
Yes. The Jedi Order is going to be established by consensual rings. That's Sauron, Lord of the Rings, Lord
Okay,
of the Game.
is that like Green Lantern as well?
What did you say?
Do you know the superhero Green Lantern?
I haven't heard about that.
You haven't heard? It's all like it's in the Batman universe, like it's the DC Comics one. It's like they're all off-world people, but they have chosen people in all types of planets. And to be a chosen one, you have to be bestowed with like a little green ring, and then you have access to these like higher abilities. They can fly, they can create
They
objects.
had green rings.
Yeah, green rings.
The green rings, according to me, is Moldavite.
Okay, the little rock. Yeah,
Superman.
Yeah.
Kryptonite.
Heaps, so many stories, so many different things that they're referencing. It's very hard to keep up, but it's there if you look.
I know what you mean. I think that is a little bit the codes of Eden.
Okay.
More.
Okay.
The 5D realm.
So do you think
Because,
in terms of the Atlantean codes, do you think that we've
yes.
explained it well enough for somebody to understand, or do you think there needs to be a more clear example or a clear
Let's
definition?
say this. The Atlantean people are the native of this realm.
Okay.
The Lemurians, they are the Native Americans or the Siberian shaman. All these shamans, they come from Lemuria, from Lemuria.
Yeah.
And they are from Mars and Venus.
Okay.
South of the South Pole. If you look at the Maui, now it gets again with the Mu, the Maui story, they say our ancestors come south from the South Pole.
Okay.
They don't come from here.
Yeah.
In Eden or Valhalla, the Vikings, they say we come from Valhalla.
Yeah.
So they come from Eden. They say it themselves. But the Atlanteans are the only one that say we don't come from anywhere else. We come from here.
Okay.
And they are Hinduism,
Yeah.
Buddhism, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The
Beautiful.
5 major religions.
Yeah.
They are the Atlantean laws. So when you read about the teachings of Jesus, he was the Atlantean king. He was the king of the Jews. He was just telling everybody what they need to do in order to go to the next level.
I see.
The rich young ruler came to Jesus. This is important. He said, what can I do to have eternal life, meaning all eternal life?
Okay.
And Jesus said, follow the rules, follow the commandments of Moses and the people before me, because they were the Atlantean kings.
Okay. That would be the 10 Commandments, yeah.
Yeah, and he said, well, I've followed this all my life, but I'm still lacking. And then Jesus said, if you want to be perfect, then sell your house, give to the poor, and follow me. Now, that had been misunderstood by many. Jesus needed followers. No, Jesus just said, hey, look, I know the direction to Barcelona. Follow me and we're going to get to Barcelona.
Yeah.
It's a physical place.
Yeah.
Jesus was going to Eden because he knew it was in the North Pole.
Wow.
And this is what I'm saying now as well. Guys, I'm not going to Eden, but I know the direction.
Yeah.
I know where to go to Eden.
Yeah.
So then in 2024, we're going to create the first voyage like the Titanic, because the Titanic ship that went from 1912, it didn't went to America, it went to the North Pole. And it was the last ship that went to the North Pole.
You know how many things there are about the Titanic in like references to the boat or this big arc in movies? So many references, man. So many.
Yes.
Now that just made it a lot more clear.
It was the last arc.
Yeah,
1912 to 2012, 100 years of sleep. That's Princess Aurora, a 4-dimensional being. She was a princess. And the 5D being, the fairy Maleficent, put the black spell on her. You're going to sleep for 100 years. That's why they say 2012 is the awakening.
Yeah. 100%. And that's really like what, that was when a lot of people, even yourself, like a year after that, that was when you started your journey, correct?
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah. In 2012, I think I was 11 years old. So
Oh wow. How
yeah,
old are you from?
I just turned 20 recently. So yeah,
Oh wow,
yeah,
brother.
yeah.
And you get these codes now when you're 20.
I know, I know.
And
18, I think it was when it really started. But yeah,
ooh,
I know.
hey, that's amazing, brother. You know, when I was 20, I had no idea about anything.
Well, you didn't need
I
to.
was a lost soul.
Yeah, because there wasn't the game is now. So they didn't
The
really need you,
game
right?
is now.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
we are actually playing the game.
yeah, for
Because
sure.
look, when you are in 3D, you can program the 2D world.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
know,
like you see
like
people making games, right?
making games or making this app Zoom. We know there was somebody in the 3D who programmed the 2D.
Yes.
However, when you are in the 4D, you can now start to program the 3D.
And how would you explain that?
Well, when you have the king's perspective, because that's the 4D, or the queen's perspective,
Yep.
you zoom out from yourself. You don't look from with you look for the whole.
Okay.
And you can only do that when there is no ego,
Yes.
truth from the heart, no
Yes.
bullshit,
Yeah. Love it.
honesty,
Yeah.
authentic, being authentic, being real. So when you're that, you're going to be able to look at yourself from above. And then you see the whole movement of energies. You know which direction everybody's going. So I know now that many strong light beings are going to be concentrated in Ibiza. So what do? I stay in Ibiza.
Yes.
I also know in the future some of these light beings are going to go into the North Pole.
Yes.
So what do? I talk about the North Pole, the center.
Yes. Beautiful.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I get it. I get it. It's
When I have that
creating the
perspective,
reality, because if you look at it, a lot of mainstream scientists would call the fourth dimension time, right? And if you were to program the 3D matrix from the 4D, all it would be like in from our perspective would be talking about things, planning things, doing what they would call manifesting, and creating that reality. So that's I understand now. Beautiful.
yes. Yes, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna grab. Yeah, it is beautiful, brother Frank. It is really, really beautiful. Once we're realizing who we actually are,
Yeah. Yeah.
we are actually existing in all dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
However, we exist in those dimensions that we put attention on. So
Okay.
right now, I'm putting in that attention in the 2D
Yeah.
in with you,
Yeah.
but I can also put the attention in the 4D. That is in my meditation.
Okay. Beautiful. Yeah. So that's what I've been neglecting. I think I don't do enough of that inner work as of right now. Yeah. So that's something I can.
Everything has its time.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
But yeah, in terms of the future, what kind of timeline do you imagine your personal process will look like from, say, like now to 2034?
2034, like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be blue, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna see me as a blue being. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So my body is gonna go from a carbon-based into crystallized form,
Okay.
like a window that's getting transparent.
I see.
It gets transparent. How it's gonna look like? It's gonna look like this. Look at this pool is blue, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's the water. So
Yeah.
you're gonna see me, and I'm gonna be blue.
Yeah.
And many beings are gonna be blue too.
Yeah. And will you be staying in Ibiza, or will you be part of the people that go to Eden? Obviously Eden, yeah.
No, I'm not gonna go to Eden because
you're
I'm
not?
the captain of the ship, and the captain always leaves the ship last.
Okay.
He makes
Okay.
sure everybody gets off the ship before he leaves it.
I see. I see. I see. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to Eden. I'm gonna stay for a while. I
Yeah.
think until I'm 65 or 70. Let's see. That's
Yeah.
just how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the only thing you can gauge right now. But yeah.
I think for you now, it's time to go to Atlantis first.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Leave
sure.
Hades realm
Melbourne and all these big cities,
Mhm.
go to a place where you feel more in the 4D,
Yeah,
and then when you complete the 4D game, and enter the 5D game.
for sure. Hey, I've got a question for you. A lot of people around me, because I'm not sure if you know, Melbourne specifically has been in the harshest lockdown in the entire world. We have like an aggregate of about 240 days spent in lockdown. Do you know why specifically, or do you have any like theories as to why Melbourne specifically, given that it's close to like the South Pole, is receiving this much special treatment? I would put it as.
I really don't know,
Yeah.
but I feel it has to do something with
Its history. You know what happened in Australia?
Yeah. Yeah. Big time. Yeah. 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 You're talking about the
So,
indigenous takeover. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's related with that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not sure, brother. I have no idea.
Yeah. Me neither.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thought I would ask the question because I do find myself asking it a lot. I'm like, why here? Like far out. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, how long do you think so you think it'll all be culminated in 2024? Because that's what I believe. That's the last of the solar eclipses for that specific period. So I think 2020, April 4th, 2024. No, April 8th, 2024 is when by that time it should be well and truly dealt with. I think it'll be no more, you won't be able to lock people down anymore.
Well, I think yes and no.
Okay, explain.
When energy increase, the polarity is getting stronger.
Yeah.
Some are going to get more and more into reality. Some are
Mhm.
going to get more and more into the illusion.
Yeah, okay.
So some are going to live deeper and deeper into the matrix.
I see. That would
And
be
that
like
is
yeah,
like
go.
in the movie Matrix, exactly.
Yeah.
We're gonna go in, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Morpheus say,
yeah.
we're going in.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like you and me, we're like, okay, we're going to Madrid.
Yeah, I know.
What are we gonna do there? Well, there is this guy who needs to leave the matrix and we need to help him out.
Interesting. That is so cool.
And then we're gonna do operations in these big cities. And then they're gonna have these robots that is
Looking
going
for
to
us, yeah.
looking for us and
Yeah.
being like, hey guys, you can't be here.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
violating the rules.
yeah. Like have you seen that movie Ready Player One?
No.
No, it's like an updated version of the Matrix. It's
Okay.
about, I'll explain it to you because I think you might have some really good ideas about it. So it's about this one kid. He was born in 2027 and he lives in somewhere in America, I think Chicago. And they're all on top of each other at this point. They're all living in little shipping containers, but their escape is inside the game, right? The Matrix. He wins this big competition that was created by the creator of the game. He gets 3 different challenges and he wins it, and he becomes the person who is the Neo character and facilitates the reset of the game.
Yes.
What is the significance, do you think, of the 3 challenges? Because you have to like know a lot to actually be aware of how to unlock all these different medals or whatever he has, like rings. I can't remember what it was. And how do you think that relates to our reality?
Well, that's what you're talking about, brother. That is Metatron.
Okay.
Metatron's
the guy with the cube, yeah.
The
Yeah.
game in the game, the dream in a dream, a box
Yeah.
in a box.
Yeah. Infinitely, yeah.
And that game we're going to create with the app is exactly that.
Wow.
Because some people are not going to be able to live in Ibiza. Because right now you're in Melbourne, you don't know exactly if do I need to go to Portugal or Ibiza. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the VR on and you're going to experience it from where you are. And then you're going to make a decision.
Wow.
However, some are like everything, they get addicted.
Yeah.
They can't detach.
Yeah.
So with me, we can go and drink some glass of wine and that's it.
Yeah.
But some people, they can't do that. They become alcoholic.
Yeah.
Some people are going to get locked into that VR.
Okay. I mean, that's how they do the movie. Everybody's locked in. They can't get off it.
That is what we are also.
Yes. Yeah.
We're also locked in, but we are locked in this box here.
Yeah. In the body.
This box here that is also AI. So every time I speak now with words, every time I write posts on internet, every time I speak about that is blue, and I don't care, people can call me crazy. No, that's blue because it's water.
Yeah.
We are in a system, a container.
Yep.
This earth is flat. I don't
Yep.
care what people think because I'm going to speak the truth.
Yes,
Because
sir.
if you play GTA or any other game, they don't make a curvature on that game. They make it flat.
For
So the
sure.
creator, why should he do a curvature? Why should he do an infinite space? No, he make it simple. He make
Well, I
a
mean, I think it is like as you know, there's two truths, one lie in the world. So if you think like the firmament is round, it's like it looks like your eye. If you flip your eye like that and you look at like the retina, it's literally exactly what it looks like, yeah?
yes.
With that little black hole in the middle. So
Yes.
but yeah, interesting take. Yeah, like if you have like a GTA, of course they're not going to bother by making something that can't be
They don't make a curvature.
yeah. But they always
if they
have the
would
maps.
make a curvature, let's see when I go into the plane how it would function with the curvature.
Yeah.
And how it would look when I go up.
Yeah. So you're saying it's more of a headache?
I mean, we can make a VR, and then we can make the same scale and ball and the curvature of the Earth, and then we can go in that VR and see if we get the same result as here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
We can write the world in there what they say. Oh, this is the curvature and this is the model.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, you hear it all the
model and we see which model is more into the reality.
Yeah. Well, they'll I think you'll agree that they'll always have very similar outcomes because we something in us knows how it works, right? So we all God is made in the image of, or God makes man in the image of himself, right? That's the whole thing. And that's why they say when they say the grand architect, like the one, he has all his little, like, I don't know what word to use right now, but all the things that flow through the 8th, the 7th, the 6th, the 5th, the 1st, the 3rd, the 2nd, it all comes from the same place. So yeah,
it's all come from the dimension.
Yeah. Awesome. Is there anything that you're specifically looking forward to in the near future? Obviously, I'm looking ahead for this eclipse because I know that always there's something interesting happening around an eclipse date. Anything like that on your end?
I'm interested in Aladdin and the magic carpet.
Aladdin, yeah, I love that. You know what? I used to watch that movie all the time as a kid. I love Aladdin.
Can I share with you what the
Please
magic
do.
carpet is?
Please, yes.
When Aladdin is a 4-dimensional being living like a slave.
Yeah, he's the guy that should be. Oh no, the genie is the blue guy. Yeah, but he should be blue too, right?
Well, Aladdin is playing the 4D game.
Okay,
first,
got you.
He's becoming a sultan.
Yes.
4D, and the genie is the 5D.
Yeah. Okay, got you.
The genie is trapped in his bottle in a cave full of mountains of gold, a lot of gold. And these are the rich people, and especially the owner of Red Bull. His name is Didi. Yes.
Okay, I don't know about this.
Okay, look at this.
Okay.
In the future, the owner of Red Bull is going to feel so ashamed of himself because he's selling the Red Bull for all the people of the world. He's selling like poison.
Yeah.
So he's going to get trapped into his bunker. He's going to create a bunker like the elites are doing, and he's going to get trapped in there. And the only one that can get him out is the 4D being. So we're going to see someone who is 4D who's going to be like, hey, man, get out of that bunker.
So is this the lamp, or is this the Cave of Wonders you're talking about?
The Cave of Wonders.
Okay.
The lamp is his body.
Okay.
Because they're so toxic.
That's exactly like the movie Ready Player One, because he has to go into the game and find the Easter egg amongst all the other gold that you can't touch.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because in order to reach this 5D being that is very, very rich, you can't have money in your mind.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
they realize that, oh, he's just want to do it for the money. No, you need to do it to free the genie.
Yeah.
Free the 5D. When you free the 5D, he's going to tell you, okay, you can have 3 wishes. And those 3 wishes are 3 patents that are out there and already out. There are spacecraft levitation.
Okay.
They are fusion coolers.
Yeah.
And they are 0-point gravity.
Okay.
Free energy.
Yeah.
These technology in combination, bringing them to one, will create the UFOs.
Okay.
Red Bull give you wings.
I see. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Wow.
So they're gonna transmute all the currency they got from the Red Bull sales into the project of creating UFOs, spacecraft levitations, to the public.
Wow. And when do you think that will happen? Roughly.
That will happen quite soon.
Yeah. There is a lot of there's been a lot more
8 years, I would say 8.
Yeah. Quite possibly. You never know, because things move very fast when it comes to this. Like, can you imagine telling someone on September of 2019 that everything's going to be like shut down and all that? It's the same type of thing that we're talking about now.
Yeah, I did it, but everybody said I was crazy.
Yeah. And how did you know that something like that was going to happen? Because that was around then, like 2018 was when I just like first had this thing that I don't know what it is, but something is coming. So what did you?
Okay, why? Again, because you and me are able to tap into the 4th dimension.
Yeah.
Because you realize, but you're doing it unconsciously. You're not conscious of it.
Yeah.
But you know, what the fuck?
Yeah.
From 4D, you saw that the movement of energy stopped.
Yeah.
That's the lockdown.
Ah, okay. Is this what you see when like there's an earthquake or something and the animals are going crazy?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful.
Because you saw the movement stopped.
Yeah.
In the whole world.
Yeah.
So then you're going in the 3D and you're saying like, hey guys, something big is gonna happen all around the world. I don't know what it is.
Well, I didn't even really say it, because at this point I was like what, like maybe 17, 18, and I was just like, I can see something is like I'm watching these movies and I'm seeing like I'm getting these like downloads, if you want to say, and I'm just like I don't know what exactly it is, but I did find out because one of a guy I was watching on YouTube, who he's really cool. His name's Bruco. I don't know if you've heard of him. He does a lot of movie decodes, and he was very good. He found a lot of stuff in The Simpsons, and they give like specific dates and shit in there. That's great. Like I was like, wow. Yeah. They use gematria to give specific dates for stuff, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, but there are people like that. I have a friend. He lives in French Polynesia. He's from Germany, and he also the same. He's doing paintings. He sent me paintings about stuff that I now know, like 2014.
Oh wow, yeah.
He's writing stuff, and now it's clear what he was actually saying.
Yeah.
So they are just people from the future. They get things from the future very much in detail.
Yes.
And that's again, the people that do description Simpsons, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
They see the future. They don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's the creative consciousness. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, collective consciousness as well. Yeah.
Yes, they are becoming designers.
Yes. Wow, that's crazy.
Because they know how it's being designed.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah. Anyway, how did you start to, like, specifically, what was your process of understanding that something's coming? Like, how did you go down your path?
Well, I think it was a reflection of me. I feel that what I went through this dream, many people are now going through and is going through.
Yeah.
What we call the death, but the death is the illusion.
Like ego death. Are you talking about?
What death is? What?
Are you talking about ego death?
I'm talking about ending something.
Okay, like when you die in the dream.
Yes.
Got you.
And
Interesting.
when you end something, you begin with something new.
Yes, for sure. Which is what's happening
And
now.
then, yes, and when you die, you're realizing the truth.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
And the truth is you can't die.
Yeah.
You go into the 9th dimension, and then you're there for a long, long, long time, how long you want, how long you feel.
Yeah.
And then when you're done with
Would
that,
there
you
even be
can
like
have-
a perceivable time? I don't even think time would be a thing up there. Like,
no, you can't say it's time there, no.
yeah, no.
Like forever.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's all happening at once, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is no past and future.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very difficult thing to get your mind around when you like haven't heard of it, but it's very, very like once you understand it,
It's already happening in the 8th dimension. That's why we call it infinite.
mm,
That's the loop, the eighth
yes.
infinite loop.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you for answering my questions because I have a lot. I probably have a lot more, but anything else that you would like that you think that would be beneficial to talk about in terms of people getting a message or
No, I just like our conversation, brother Frank.
oh for
I
sure,
feel
man.
that you get this codes, you get this information because you get what Awa is saying, you get what the people in Pineal are all about, you know.
Yeah.
And once you're realizing these things, then everything flows, you know.
Yeah.
The conversation flows, the things flows.
It's very true. It's very true. And I'm discovering it more and more every day. And but even for posting this video, I mean, you know how many people are gonna reach out to me saying, oh my God, are you saying this? What are you saying? Like, but that's all for the best. It's all for the better, you know?
Yeah, you know, it's when you don't care no longer about what people think, then you get into the right persons that really gets you.
Yeah.
Like the guy, have you seen the Lost Empire of Atlantis? Milo Thatch?
I don't think I have. Is it a Disney one?
Yeah, it's Disney cartoon,
Cartoon, yeah.
2001, I think they made it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one, but I've seen the Egyptian one, definitely.
Okay, but Milo Thatch, he's talking about Atlantis and how to get there.
Yeah.
And the only one that gets him is this really, really, really rich old man that is assembling a team and gave him a submarine for the journey to Atlantis.
Wow. Yeah.
So yes, the only one who gets what we are saying.
Yeah. I
Next
know, man.
level.
Like, do you have a lot of trouble? I suppose in Ibiza it's okay because there's it's a bit of a more of a concentrated population of enlightenment, would you say? Whereas over here, like I'm dealing with just, you know, I don't know. I'm here for a reason, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brother, I'm here in gatherings with government officials, the people that work for the government at the highest level.
Beautiful.
European Union, different countries in Middle East and Europe, also America, people that work for the US military, Pentagon, things like that. But they are not like you think, like this agent in Matrix. They are the complete opposite.
Yeah. So they're not like Men in Black. They're more like normal. I don't know.
Yeah, they are like you and me, you know?
Yeah.
Conscious people, but and they know about Eden, they know about all of these things.
See, like, just isn't that such a breath of fresh air? Like, if for me especially, like, just even hear that is just so uplifting, because it's like all you hear is all this like bullshit in the media, like, oh, everyone's talking about these politicians and how, and I'm just here like, yeah, I guess, like, I just say you're right, but
they are in 80s realm, they're living in the Matrix.
Yeah.
They're in the 3D, they are not in the 4D. In the 4D, the governments are really good. They are on your side.
Yeah.
The system is working for you.
Yeah.
But in 3D, the system is against you.
Yeah. Beautiful. You know what I should do? Go and read the 10 Commandments again. I think I'm going to do that after we finish talking.
Frank, vamos, it's time to get out of Melbourne.
I know, but I have a journey here. So
yes.
And a lot of my family is sorry.
Do you know what you need? You
No.
need a backpack
Yes.
with a tent or even like a hang mat, a hammock
Okay.
with
Yeah.
the roof
Yeah.
and mosquito net.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you need a nice blanket.
Okay.
Have you seen Pokemon Ash Ketchum from
Yes.
the palette?
Yeah.
Yes. He only have a backpack and he goes.
Yeah.
He's not afraid
Yeah.
because he knows he have Pikachu with him.
Yeah. 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 For sure.
You don't be afraid, brother.
Yeah.
Just go
Yeah.
and don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
gonna see when you do that and you follow your heart, your vibration is gonna be very high, and
Yeah.
you're gonna emit a 4D field around your heart.
A Taurus
When
field.
you
Yeah.
do that, you're only gonna connect with 4D or 5D people,
Yeah.
or
Beautiful.
very high 3D beings.
So that's so cool.
Don't have any rush, brother. We have
Yeah.
10, 15 years until it gets a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But all good, yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean by that specifically?
So in 10, 15 years, it's going to get more and more difficult to go out from the matrix.
Oh,
In
okay.
a couple of years, it's going to be very easy. It's going to be like open. Everybody can go wherever they want.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
then they're going to create a new lockdown after 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And
See,
then people are stuck there, then it's done.
I resonate.
You asked me when the technologies is going to come, and I said 8 years.
Mm.
Yeah.
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 That's so cool.
I think so. Oh,
Yeah.
that's 2030.
Yeah. 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 So that's when Martin says the plan will culminate about 2033.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2030 is when it's going to be very clear what Atlantis is
Mhm.
and what the Matrix is.
Mm.
More and more for the majority of the people, for the 3D people.
Mm. Do you think they'll have more of a
those-
conscious knowledge, or do you think they'll be like deceived again? Continue to be
It's not
deceived.
that they're going to be deceived. It's just that everybody's going to say their thing. We are going to become the crazy ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I know they are crazy. And then we're going to shine and be like, light and everything. People are going to be like, still, no. Don't
Yeah.
listen to them.
Yeah. 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 Nothing new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Such
Thank
a
you,
pleasure.
Frank.
I knew it was going to be a good conversation because I've seen I got all your stuff on Instagram and Facebook, and I've just felt like you were somebody that I should be looking at, like what you say and stuff. So yeah, thank you for joining me. You can come to one of my my tomato farms and then we can trade.
Yeah, I give you some quinoa. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, thank you so much for your time, Raji.
Thank you so much, Frank. Have a beautiful day. Much